Welcome to the Burrow. It's your host, Lala Bunny, head trader at Bimbo Trading Academy. And the topic of this video is 100 ways to save $1 or more. And I already recorded this video and it took about an hour, and halfway through the audio got all messed up. So I actually had to redo this. Luckily I made it halfway through. So I have to redo the second part of this video. This is part two. If you haven't seen part one, please go find that video. Watch that one first. Now part two, luckily we get to start on number 60. So here we go. Oh, we did 60, number 61. So number six, oh wait, hold up. I'm messed up. Let me double check. I was right, 60. Here we go. I'm not going to stop recording. Number 60 was make kids toys from recyclables, make musical instruments. So for example, I've got some right here. And I'm telling you, kids have such a blast with this. They have a lot of fun with this. And I was saying a coffee can be like a drum. And then I also learned something right now. CRV, which I was talking about before, like turning in your bottles and cans for money. I didn't know that stands for California Redemption Value, but I just looked it up. And for example, this bottle would be 5 cents if you were to return it in um Connecticut, Iowa, Maine, Massachusetts, New York, Vermont, and in Michigan or Oregon, it's 10 cents. And I know sometimes in Hawaii, I think you can get money for them as well. So that's a simple way to get money. Now, number 61, attend free events that provide food. And one of these is art openings. In college, I went to a lot of art openings. They usually have a little cheese and crackers type of food. And some people do go to open houses, like real estate open houses for free food, but I think that's really corny and cheesy. If you're not interested in buying the house, you shouldn't waste the realtor's time. So, number 62. Buy used textbooks or check library reserve for college students. So when I was in school, I found out that the professors, some of them were required to, if they say that you must have a certain textbook, they would put it on reserve at the library so that textbook was always available to all the students. Now, there might only be one copy. So if someone else got it first and they're studying for hours, you're kind of out of luck. So I don't recommend relying on that. It's good to know that that's there. But yeah, if you can buy a used version of a textbook, that will save you a lot of money. Number 63, try to find a job closer to home or switch to remote if possible. So you may have moved and you might be dealing with a long commute that uses a lot of gas. And if you're able to switch at all, the amount that you'll save adds up over time. Number 64, simplify your beauty routine. Take days off from certain products. Allow your skin to breathe and break the dependency. So like deodorant, perfumes, things that you're used to, like if you wear those to work because you want to smell good, or you wear them out with friends, but on the weekend, maybe try to skip that, because what it will do is actually you'll save so much over time. Okay, number 65. Stop renting equipment from the cable or internet company. Purchase your own and it will pay for itself by avoiding the monthly fee over time. So that's just another way to save. If you notice on your bill sometimes it's like $5 or $10 for the router or the modem. I'm not sure what it is, but just look into that. If you buy your own, that's a one-time purchase and you'll get to use that. Like if you're a renter, you bring that with you when you switch where you're living. Number 66, fix a drip, repair that leak. So that will save you if a water is dripping in some part of your home. That will save you on your utility bill. Number 67, automate your payments to avoid late fees. Late fees are just the absolute worst. So if there's any way that, if you know that you have the amount of money in your account, then just go ahead and sign up with an auto pay. Oh, sometimes there's discounts for auto pay, so even more, save you even more money. 68, park a few blocks away to avoid paying for parking. So yeah, sometimes in a city like a downtown area will have the parking meters, but what you don't realize is that if you just go a few like blocks away from that zone, you can park without the parking meters. It's not worth getting a ticket though, that'll blow your budget. Number 69, volunteer or work at events that you would normally pay to attend. So, a good example is like a music festival. If you volunteer there, maybe it's like a 3-day music festival, you volunteer for 1 day, and then maybe you get to go for free for the rest of the time, something like that. And that would work out great if you only want to see a few artists there. And as a volunteer, you might get free parking, you might get free water bottles, food, other perks. Number 70, do the math at the grocery store or online. Get in the habit of calculating price per ounce or price per unit so you can truly compare value. This is something I've always done, but things can be deceiving. So, in general, for example, it's better to buy in bulk, but occasionally I will calculate it per ounce, like especially stuff on Amazon, and I will be like, oh, wait, buying in bulk in this case does not save me money. So you need to actually do the math so you understand how much everything truly costs. Number 71, delay and revisit a purchase with a level head. So if you're shopping online, you really want something, just take a photo of it. And sometimes then you like go about your day and then you might forget about it. You might check on it later. You decide whether you truly want that or not, or be like, that one's pricey. So I'm going to research and find a used one or another version of that. So it gives you more time to sort of digest and that you're not making impulse decisions. Number 72, order directly from the restaurant instead of using a delivery app. So you might have to go pick it up yourself. That obviously that would save money, but I'm talking about even the restaurant might have a delivery person who will deliver it to you, and it still might be less expensive than the app. So that is something you'd have to compare. Um, and I apologize, my nose is always runny, so I noticed it in a few of my videos now, and it's just something I've dealt with like my entire life. So I apologize for that. I understand it's kind of off-putting to see someone wiping their nose or doing this during a video, but I cannot help it. Okay. Number 73. Evaluate your life insurance plan. Could be reduced or might prefer to invest that money in yourself. Okay, so some people like I know through my job I used to get free life insurance plan, but then like when you leave that job, maybe you decide to pay for it or take it on, or maybe you've been paying for something for years and it's just not a good fit for you and your family anymore. So definitely just like don't take things for granted that you're paying every single month. Maybe reevaluate that and see if you can get a better plan, or maybe take that money that you are putting towards your life insurance plan and maybe investing it would be a better decision. Okay, 74. Excuse me. Do a budget challenge with friends or family. Make it fun. So when you're intentional about this, like you're like, okay, let's just say you spend $200 a month on clothes, and then you're like, talk to your friends, you're like, okay, let's see who can get the best deals for $50. Like we got a challenge, like we're only going to spend $50 on clothes for this month, and let's see who gets like the best items. So then that will force you to kind of like search and make it fun, competitive. All right, number 75, avoid buying single items. So this would be like a beverage, a candy bar, a roll of toilet paper that's individually wrapped. I understand a lot of people don't go to Costco because they say like they're not a big family, they're just an individual, but there's a way around that. You can split a membership. You can like let's say you buy a case of something, you can just like that day with your friends, like split it, your friend or your family. So if there's like 20 rolls of paper towel, just do 10 and 10. Split it up. And you will save money that way. Okay. Number 76. Stock up when your favorite items are on sale. That seems pretty obvious, but there's some things that people eat on a regular basis. So anytime you see, I know some people are creatures of habit, so they're like going shopping every week and they'll put in like one jar of peanut butter and one package of oatmeal and one gallon of milk, and they'll like put that in their cart. But it's like if you see a good sale, you can freeze things to make them last longer, if they're perishable. But if they're non-perishable, then definitely like something like a can of soup. That's something you want to stock up on. All right. Number 77, barter with neighbors. Some of them might have bees for honey, tomatoes, pickles, jam, quilting, crochet, jerky. Like, just find out, talk to your neighbors, and maybe you make something, they make something, you can trade. You can each have a little bit of each, and it's a way to avoid having to go to the store for that thing. Okay, 78, make your own ice pops. So when I was little, we used to do the ice pops with orange juice. Maybe you've done this before. You pour orange juice in like an ice cube tray, and then we would put foil on top and then little toothpicks, And then once it because the foil helps the toothpick stand up straight, and then once it freezes, take the foil off and break it, and now you've got little cubes of like orange juice. So good. But now they make like molds for that and everything. So um yeah, you can actually do it with real popsicle sticks, and you can even get reusable like plastic ones instead of the wooden ones. So then even better. Like that way you can make these over and over again. All right, 79. Open, learn about, or contribute to your Roth IRA. So if you already have one, make sure you're meeting the contribution limit if you can, obviously. Um, but if you don't have one, maybe open one. If you aren't even ready to open one, just learn about it because I did not have a Roth IRA until last year. So it's just something I always heard. I didn't know what it was, but it's a tax advantage account. I made a video about it. Go check that out. Um, but yeah, there's I almost see no drawback to a Roth IRA. Okay, number 80, do your own taxes. Um, if your taxes are simple, you probably can do them yourself. I don't know you personally, but take a stab at it, see if you can. Because paying for someone else to do your taxes, it makes sense if you have a very complex business, but if you're like an individual filer, you might be able to brush up on, the tax codes and figure it out yourself. Okay, number 81. Sign up for EasyPass for toll discounts or avoid tolls using a setting in your navigation app. So on your phone, you can actually just click avoid tolls. And the only time this doesn't make sense is if it's going to make you drive like so far to get around the toll that you're using more gas. I mean, that doesn't make sense. But in general, the tolls are probably pricier than the gas. So see if you can avoid tolls where you can. 82, add water to juice. It reduces sugar intake and stretches your budget. So this is pretty obvious, but some people do it, some people don't. It does affect the flavor, but I actually started to like it because juice can be so sweet. So obviously, if you add water to it, it'll stretch it farther. 83, try a buy nothing day or participate in a boycott. So if you care about a certain social cause, just basically try to end your reliance on these overpriced items and try to find alternatives for yourself. Number 84, get creative with date night. Recreate free activities from childhood like building a fort. I mean, how much fun would that be with your partner? Instead of going out, you're like, let's stay home and build a little clubhouse fort with like, the pillows and the blankets. Um, and that's pretty much free. So it's awesome. Okay, 85. Use scissors to cut open containers to get the bottom out, to get like what's left on the very bottom of the container. So like toothpaste tube, sunscreen, the remaining contents, like that will actually save you a little bit over time, but it's a habit that I just have and I do because I don't like to waste. Okay. Number 86, use a foaming hand soap dispenser. It uses less soap because it's aerated, and you can buy a bottle that foams and refill it. Okay. 87. Use one tea bag to brew 2 cups of tea. Most tea bags you can get 2 brews out of it, so that will save you in the long run. Okay. 88. Use dish towels and hand towels and cloth napkins to save on paper products. Okay. Number 89. Buy a whole cow and share with friends and neighbors. This will support farmers and ranchers. So if you do eat meat a lot, this could be worth it for you. Obviously, do the math, but it's something called a whole cow. And there's a company that they had a promotion where when you buy the whole cow, they actually give you like one of those mini deep freezer chests because you need a place to store the meat. But yeah, pound for pound, that could save you money over time, and it's good quality meat because it's direct from the farmer. Number 90. Get a deep freezer. You will have a higher energy cost, like electricity bill, but you could make up the savings in the ability to purchase food on sale and freeze it. 91. Avoid dry clean only clothes or clothes that require ironing because that takes time and resources. Life is simpler when you intentionally simplify it. So I know even if I have something that says dry clean only, I just run it through the wash because I don't have time to go to the dry cleaner. That can ruin your clothes, so be careful. But in general, when you're shopping, maybe you just don't have the time and the money for dry cleaning anymore. So unless it's super important for your job, it might not be necessary. So we should always be reevaluating things in our life. Oh, also the chemicals. some of the chemicals in dry cleaning are really bad for you, so you might want to find a better one. Because I know there's organic dry cleaners, but honestly, I'm not sure. I haven't done enough research on that because I don't use dry cleaning. But there's cool things. I saw something at home that like steams your clothes, so definitely just look into alternatives for that. Number, my phone keeps rolling back up. 92. Stop relying on batteries. Charge with a USB. You can even light a candle with a USB lighter. This will save you money and also help in emergencies because you don't want a flashlight and then like it's emergency and the batteries are dead. So it's cool if you now if you're about to say, well, you're not going to have electricity in a in emergency. So how can you recharge your stuff? Well, that goes back to another tip, which is solar. So it definitely makes sense to have some sort of solar generator. But basically, have you seen this USB lighter that you can light a candle wick? There's no flame, there's no fire. It's so cool. So basically, I would say you might want to switch to things like for example, a flashlight. I'd rather have one that plugs in than one that relies on batteries. Because batteries means I got to go to the store, get them delivered. Whereas if I could plug them in, I always have an energy source. Number 93, change your bank to online only or closest to your home. Maybe you moved. Walking to the ATM is better than driving. Or maybe find a bank that's close to your workplace. Maybe you switch jobs. So whichever one it is, find a bank that's convenient for you. Because again, people don't like to switch stuff like that, but it might be worth it for you to switch it. Number 94, at the laundromat, use a dryer that's already hot or dry your clothes next to a dryer that's already running. And if you're at home, try to go for a more energy efficient washer and dryer. Number 95, hack your hobbies. So anything you can do, because hobbies can get really expensive. So for example, I was speaking to a skateboarder and he said that in when you wax, there's something called skate wax where right before you do a trick on the element, you wax it up. And a lot of skaters use candles or a bar of soap instead of like buying the skate wax. And they also protect their shoes with super glue, so their shoes last long. They put a little super glue like around the edge of their shoe, because the shoe rubs it against the board. So those are just some hacks for like just thinking outside the box, using what you have at your disposal. And sometimes like people, when they say necessity is the mother of invention, like people who don't have a lot of money come up with these great solutions for a common task. 96, reuse bacon grease or cooking oil. I know that you can use it a few times before it gets like kind of unhealthy. So you don't want to just use it forever, the same cooking oil, but you can use it a few times. 97, give your dog a bone. Uncooked bones from the butcher. They're very affordable and dogs love them. You just have to ask. Like sometimes they have awesome bones for dogs. If you don't have a dog, donate one to a shelter maybe. um, Number 98. Sorry, I'm going to fix that. I don't think a shelter will accept if you donate bones, but they will accept other stuff. Number 98, change your beverage, gum or smoking habits. So if again, see what you do on the daily that's costing you money because it adds up over a month, over a year. So if you can just slightly cut back on like maybe you drink a soda every single day, maybe skip a few days and just do water. If you chew gum every single day, maybe kind of ease up on that habit if you can. Or find like a brand that's more affordable, buy it in bulk. And with smoking, same thing. Like I don't smoke, but if you do, it's like, well, do you really need to smoke as much as you do? Because I know that could cost a lot of money over time. Okay, 99. Travel at off-peak times. Not only you might get reduced tolls or reduced fares, like with train tickets, I know sometimes like the price and bus tickets, you want to shop around for the best price. So if it means traveling at a different time, then you just have to be adaptable and be willing to do that. But also it's less traffic on the road. I drive a lot at night and it's like I get to where I'm going twice as fast and I use less gas. Number 100, we made it. Don't pay for a subscription for something you can get for free. One example is to use Open Office instead of Microsoft. I made a whole video on open source technology. It's the video that says DeepSeek for Dummies. Um, and yeah, basically, like it's just up to you to do your research and try to find free or low cost alternatives to things that we are already paying for, and that will kind of break our dependency on some of these corporations. Now, if you stay till the end, you're a real champ. You're a budget warrior. And I always like to give a bonus. So my number 101 is Google everything and use YouTube to learn because a lot of valuable information is out there for free. And a lot of people want you to buy a course, but there are like incredible, like I watched a free video. The guy's name is I think Ray Diallo, and he had like an awesome video and it was free, and I was like, wow, he's amazing. People buy his books, people probably pay to go see him speak, and he put information for free on YouTube. I was like, whoa, it was fantastic. So definitely, like, whoever your kind of hero is, or someone you look up to, someone you want to be like in business, or someone influencers, things like that, see if they have any content for free. Um now I just want to say that I don't believe in totally like living and spending no money and just having no fun. And I'm sure you've seen some people who are so frugal, they're like reusing the same paper towel like over and over again. And to me, that's just not practical. It's not really practical. I mean, it's better for the environment for sure. A lot of these budget tips overlap with what's good for the environment because you're using less. So it's less resources. But I was gonna say, like, some of my tips were for like it's not just about never eat out. I hate when people are like, don't ever eat out. It's like, no, that's not realistic. But if you're going to participate in this society and you don't have a lot of money, you need to find ways that you can still participate, but like save on your pocket. So, for example, when I said like go for a lunch special instead of the dinner menu, I mean, you're still getting fed, you're still getting the good food, the high quality food, but it's like just by switching the time of day that you did it, I mean, it's significant. The savings are significant. It might be $10 less for like the same exact meal. It's wild. So anyway, I hope that some of these were helpful. Let's see what time. Yep, it took about 20 minutes. Um so please watch part 1 and part 2. I hope this was helpful for you. And I do have it's funny cuz I was about to mention my merch, but I was like, I just told you guys to save money. So only if you really truly need it. If you need a hoodie, sweatpants, that type of thing, go check out my merch page. But who am I to tell you to spend money after I just tried to tell you how to save money? Well, save money for what is truly important to you. All right, I'm going to call it. Have a good one. Bye. Happy trading.